And Eric just came in and he suited the English game. You know, he was a big lad, 6'2", he was a strong boy, really intelligent, and he kind of knitted it all together for us. So, yeah, the manager was brilliant in bringing players in, but certainly Eric was a big plus in that. And Big Schmeichel as well. Big Pete.
You know, in teams like that,
We'll get back to Dennis in just a quick minute, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification button so you know that when the next Big D video hits. And if you've got something to say, as always, I want to hear what your thoughts are, or read in this instance, so put them all in the comments. Dennis is going to be talking about when they won the title for the first time back in 1993. And he's talking about what happened around that sort of clicked into place that allowed them to take that final leap into becoming the best team in England. And stick around after the clip, because I'm going to be making a couple of little comparisons between then and the current Manchester United team now. Anyway, here's Dennis.
Dennis, could you see it all come? Because obviously, when you got there when you went through all the success, it was all. Could you see it once you first got there? Could you start seeing as people were coming? So obviously Sharpie, Giggsy. Then could you just see this is looking really good, man? We're going to do some business.
Yeah, we were known as a cup team then, though. I'd say when I joined, because obviously the Palace game. Then we beat Barcelona in the Cup Winners,
yeah,
in '91.
Martin Hughes is great.
Beat Forest in the League Cup in
got lucky that
'92. Yeah. I think it wasn't until we won the first league that I think that nailed it for us, that we can go the full distance, because we just fell short the year before against Leeds.
What was that like? Was that hard to recover?
Hard, really hard. We actually, the following season, I think the first two games we lost. We lost away to Sheffield United.
In Southampton, was it?
Home to Everton.
Okay.
3-0. I think Mo Johnson might have scored a couple of goals from. But yeah, it was like a bit of an eye-opener. I think we drew our third game at home. But yeah, we managed to recover, and eventually, when you look about it, I mean, we were very nervous kind of the last 6 or 7 games, because it was nip and tuck between ourselves and Villa and Norwich. And we just won the last 4 or 5 games and ended up winning by 10 points. And you think, well, what the hell were you worried about and all that? But that's the way it is. Yeah. I think once we won that kind of Roy just came straight after that. It just kicked us straight up.
Dennis, I always, because of Sir Alex Ferguson's this, legendary manager, so successful, I'm always fascinated by the fact that actually, if this manager is that good, how come it took that long? And you were actually there when you were probably starting, you're saying you were a cup team, and then you become this team who just sort of consistently win the league every season. That's seen as the bar. What was the difference in terms of the man? Was there something? How come he couldn't sort of get that success he'd had at Aberdeen and he later got at Man United?
It always comes down to the players, though.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, like we'd bring in like we kind of really struggled for goals in big games, and then bringing Eric in, in November '92, kind of opened up a different ball game, because we had Giggsy and Sharpie could run like the wind on the left. Andrei Kanchelskis was another player who could run like the wind. Sparky up front. We just needed somebody to knit it all together. And felt like, I wouldn't say he was the final piece of the jigsaw, but I feel like that he opened up everything for us, because we felt that in big games we were just short. And I think that's always going to be the case. It's all down to players. And scoring goals is very important as well. And as we got forward and more and more forwards came involved, we used to score goals for fun. We used to attack for fun, didn't we, when you look at it? Sparky was an old-fashioned centre forward. He'd hold the ball up for you. So he probably needed players running past him. And Eric just came in and he suited the English game. He was a big lad, 6'2", he was a strong boy, really intelligent, and he kind of knitted it all together for us. So yeah, the manager was brilliant in bringing players in, but certainly Eric was a big plus in that. And Big Schmeichel as well, Big Pete.
In teams like that, obviously you need.
Yeah. It's really interesting what he's talking about there. There's a couple of things that really kind of resonate between the 93 team and what's happening at Manchester United now. He's talking about Eric Cantona was almost like the final piece of the puzzle back then, and he just kind of knitted it all together. And they had some dynamic players who, were really good, like Giggs and Sharp and Kanchelskis and whatnot. And they had Mark Hughes sort of holding the ball up, but they just get them over the line, so to speak. And I can't help but feel that that's what Manchester United need now. I mean, the times that I've been to see them at the moment, in this season, we just lack a cutting edge up front. There's a lack of dynamism. I think our defence is not bad. It's all right. I love De Ligt. Martinez too. The keeper's a bit of a calamity, but there's promise there, and Mainu's plenty of potential there, and Ugate's class, so that's good too. So if we can just get a left back, and if we bought 2 dynamic attackers as well with pace, that might just add the penetration that we need for this team to at least kick on. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to win the title anytime soon or anything like that, but there's plenty of talent in that squad to finish top 4 if we can just add a couple of cutting edge players. This Dorgu guy, I don't know how good he's going to be, but at the very least, playing him at left back will hopefully add a bit of width to the side as well, and allow the sort of more attacking players of the front 3 to sort of tuck in a little bit more, because they'll have and naturally left and right-sided players going down the wing and whipping crosses in and whatnot. But if we can just get a striker that can score goals, because Højlund just isn't quite there yet, and an attacking midfielder that's got pace and that can score goals and create as well, that would be nice, because Bruno needs help. We can't rely on Amad Diallo all the time just yet. He is still only young, and it would be nice for him and Højlund to have the pressure taken off a little bit, because I've noticed the dreaded microscope is focusing in on Rasmus Højlund already, and he's going to become a meme. People are going to start booing him and all of that kind of stuff when he's one of the hardest working players in the team. All right, he's still a bit of a rough diamond, but there's talent there. There's talent, but he needs help. There's not many players out there that can do it all on their own. If you put prime Cristiano Ronaldo up front, then fair enough. Or a Lionel Messi, fair enough. But Rasmus Højlund, God bless him, is not those 2 players. But he could be class, but he needs help. So, I mean, why aren't we going for Osimhen? He's clearly available. Get him in. I don't know who else we can buy at the moment. I mean, who is available? But 2 dynamic attackers and a left back would, I think that's a reasonable request if we were asking Sir Jim for a late Christmas present. But who to get? That is the question. As I say, there's Osimhen. Who else is available? Well, there was that guy that went to PSG, but he's now gone. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this particular video. There's always parallels between great teams of the past, and Manchester United, as well as looking at teams like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and all of that, in how they sort of uplifted their clubs by building new stadiums and stuff like that, could do well by looking at successful teams in the past, like United in the 90s. That 92 team was 85% there, and they finished second, narrowly missing out to Leeds United. And then they just needed that one player to unlock. Now, we're not quite there with this team. We're maybe about 65% there now. So 3 really good players away from doing something special, I would say. But then again, I could be talking nonsense. What do you guys think? You've made it this far in this video. Please, your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.